Get ready for the morning rush.
A quick wrap of your news and weather. We'll start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. We'll start with our next big weather maker. It's high pressure and it's parking itself overhead today. So no clouds, rain, snow, thunderstorms, nothing but sunshine today. Tomorrow looks to be just as pleasant. We've got nice warm temperatures, unseasonably warm at that, with 70s and 80s here in the metro today, tomorrow, and into Friday. Adam?
As you get ready to head out the door, we're following the day's top local stories. We'll start with Catherine Mazzone.
Yes, in just about 10 minutes from now, crews are expected to return to the Bosque near Alameda in Rio Grande to check for hot spots. It comes after a human-sparked blaze burned 3 acres of the Bosque alongside the river near Alameda. Fire officials are still investigating the exact cause, but say they were able to get it under control with ground crews and air support. This is the second Bosque fire in just 2 weeks. That first fire is still under investigation. Crystal?
On to some breaking overnight news now. 3 airmen are confirmed dead after a plane crash had ended in a fire during training at Cannon Air Force Base. The airmen are part of a special operations squadron. They died following that crash during a training drill last night around 6:50 just east of Clovis Municipal Airport. Their names have not been released at this time. A news conference is scheduled for 8 o'clock this morning. We'll let you know what happens.
In advance of that news conference this morning, the base commander at Cannon Air Force Base is sending condolences to the family and friends of those 3 airmen killed, saying, quote, "We are deeply saddened by the loss within our Air Commando family. Our sympathies are with the loved ones and friends affected by this tragedy, and our team is focused on supporting them during this difficult time."
On to news happening today out of Washington, D.C. President Trump said to travel to Michigan and Tennessee to talk to auto execs. This comes a day after he was forced to reveal details of his 2005 tax returns. A statement released by the White House says Trump paid $38 million in taxes on an income of over $150 million that year. The White House released a statement in advance of MSNBC's The Rachel Maddow Show, which said that it obtained a portion of that tax return from journalist David K. Johnston.
A bill to lift a requirement that the lottery turn over 30% of its revenue to the state's scholarship program for in-state students now heads to the House. The Santa Fe New Mexican says since the 30% requirement was put into place, the lottery has surrendered at least $40 million per year for scholarships. This bill would decrease the requirement to around $38 million annually. Also new this morning, a bill that would decrease the penalty for possessing small amounts of marijuana heads to the House Judiciary Committee. Yesterday, another committee gave it the green light. It would make the crime a $50 fine and no jail time if someone is caught with a ½ ounce of marijuana or less. It already passed the Senate, so it would need to get past one more committee and then the House before heading to the governor's desk. Kristen?
And parts of the Northeast are still dealing with snow and freezing temperatures this morning as a massive winter storm continues to make its way through the region. The late season storm buried at least 9 states in several inches of sleet and snow and grounded thousands of flights. Now, there are about 3 deaths being blamed on that storm system. We will for sure keep you updated on that. Here at home, though, there's no threat whatsoever. We're looking at warm temperatures, relatively light winds, about 5 to 15 out of the northwest, and plenty of sunshine as high pressure dominates both today and tomorrow. So we'll keep a close eye on it, let you know if anything changes. Sarah.
A new interactive map of the arts and culture scene in downtown Albuquerque is proving that there's a lot for people to do. This after the launch of the Arts and Culture District back in 2016 to attract people to the Central Corridor. The map shows the different categories of the places to visit, from yoga studios, breweries, museums, to art galleries, and where they're located. They're also using it to track businesses coming in and out of downtown. You can see it on KRQE.com and on the KRQE News app. Adam?
And tomorrow, Ski Apache near Ruidoso is closing for the season. Resort officials say unseasonably warm temperatures have left them struggling. The northern New Mexico ski areas usually stay open until the first weekend in April.
On to new details at 6. The number of Americans defaulting on federal student loans is on the rise. The Consumer Federation of America says more than 4 million borrowers were in default at the end of last year. That's a 17% rise from the year before. The average debt is just over $30,000. Kristen.
Now for a check on your morning commute, we do have one incident to report. That's Coors southbound at Paseo del Norte, and that's already a slow spot on a normal morning, so give yourself plenty of time if your commute takes you that way. Interstates look clear, all other surface streets moving smoothly.
Starting today, you're invited to learn more about marine mammals at the Albuquerque Biopark. Zoo officials say marine mammals like polar bears and seals all over the world need our help to survive a changing climate and polluted oceans. The zoo is hosting special events this week for the public to learn how they can help out. The events will take place from 10 to 2 today through Saturday.
A film condensing all 5 seasons of Breaking Bad into just 2 hours is no longer posted on the website Vimeo this morning. We did some checking early today. That video's been disabled over a copyright claim. Lucas Stoll and Gaylor Morstan edited all 62 episodes of the popular AMC show into a 2-hour online movie. They say they created an alternative Breaking Bad to be viewed with what they call what they wanted to be fresh eyes.
Cheerios trying to step up its efforts to save bees. The company partnering with VC Seeds is pledging to send out 100 million wildflower seeds. Anyone interested in helping out with the hashtag #BringBackTheBees campaign can sign up on the Cheerios website to receive 100 free seeds. The company's website says bee populations have been declining in recent years. We all have heard this before, so this could potentially help out with that.
Yeah, good idea. All right, time for the 5 facts.
Start with number 5. A Santa Fe donut shop's getting a lot of attention this morning after catching the eye of Whole Foods. Grocery store chain approached Who's Donuts with a program to help their small business take off. Now stores in Utah, Colorado, Idaho, and Kansas are carrying their frozen donuts.
On to number 4. Now we're learning more details behind how a Santa Fe infant may have died. According to the Santa Fe New Mexican, a state medical investigator told police 25-year-old babysitter Rachel Smith could have rolled over on the child while the two slept. Santa Fe police say Rachel Smith admitted to shooting up heroin and smoking pot while watching the 3-month-old and a 2-year-old at the Thunderbird Inn this past weekend. She told police she awoke to find the baby unresponsive.
At number 3, a lot of sunshine in the forecast over the next few days with warm temperatures in the upper 70s here in the metro. 77 is a forecast high that matches the current record for today. Eventually the low 80s come in over the weekend.
Number 2, now we could know by the end of today if the FBI is investigating the ties between Russia and President Trump's campaign. Rhode Island Democrat Senator Sheldon Whitehouse says FBI Director James Comey promised earlier this month to tell him by today if there's an investigation and the scope of it. Whitehouse and Republican Senator Lindsey Graham are leading the charge. They're also asking the FBI to provide evidence on Trump's wiretapping claims. No word on if that will happen today.
And number 1, fire investigators expected to be back in the Bosque this morning looking into what caused that latest fire near Rio Grande and Alameda. This as a bill that would make it a 4th-degree felony to set a fire in the Bosque is awaiting a vote in the House. Representative Nate Gentry says his bill is a direct result of multiple fires in the Bosque. Right now, setting a fire on state land is considered a felony. A fire set anywhere else that only burns trees or brush, including the Bosque, is only a misdemeanor charge.